Hey, so in this video, I'm going to talk you through all of the features within Profit Protector Pro, which is an amazing repricer aimed at boosting your sales and your profit through the use of really clever algorithmic strategies. So the first place we're going to start with is the repricing page. Now you can navigate between the different pages in Profit Protector Pro by using any of these here on the side. So you can click on this and it will switch the page. If you want to minimize this section for whatever reason, you can click on this icon here and it will do just that. But you can open it back up again if you wish. Now on the repricing page, I'm going to talk you through everything you will see here. So once you link up your Amazon Seller Central account to Profit Protector Pro, it's going to pull through all of your inventory. Now everything will look fairly similar, so you'll have the same information for every item. So what you'll have is the title, the image, you'll be able to see the marketplaces that you sell in. Obviously right now it's just the UK that we have this item in, so that's the only one that's showing. But if you were selling in more marketplaces and you had them turned on, you will have them all appear down here. So you can click on them and change the repricing information for each one. So you've got the image, title, the SKU, the ASIN, the BSR number, your stock level, and then you can enter in the buy price. And if you are working with a different VAT percentage for whatever reason that may be, you have the option to enter that in here if you wish. You can also remove the item from your inventory as well using the bin icon. Please note that if anything is removed from Seller Central, it will also need to be removed from Profit Protector Pro as well. So both need to be done separately. You can mark it as a favorite for whatever reason you would like to do that, and then it will fill in just there. And that will become an option in the filters. So if you were to filter by favorites, everything that you've marked as such will appear in that filter. You can check out the repricing history as well. So if you were wondering what exactly Profit Protector Pro was doing on this item repricing wise, you can click on history and it will show you exactly what it is doing. So it gives you the event, the time and date, the ASIN and SKU concerned. It will tell you the calculation decision and show you the price that Profit Protector Pro has requested right here as well. Obviously, please note that in this demonstration video, all of the data in here is fake. It's not a live account, which is why some of those fields were missing. You also have the option to analyze with BuyBot Pro. So if you do have BuyBot Pro, which is a deal analysis tool, then all you need to do is click on Analyze with BBP, and that will bring up BuyBot Pro on the particular item in question over on Amazon. So you can go ahead and do a full-blown deal analysis using this software. Now this is a separate subscription. This isn't part of Profit Protector Pro, but both BuyBot Pro and Profit Protector Pro work really well hand in hand together. So there is that option there if you ever did need to reanalyze something, maybe you're replenishing the item. You can also then mark the S&L toggle as on if it is enrolled in the small and light scheme, in which case Profit Protector Pro will take that into consideration if you've turned that on. You can mark it as FBA or FBM. And you can also mark it as retail or wholesale. So if it is retail, you need to enter in the buy price including VAT. And if it's wholesale, it'll be excluding VAT. And then Profit Protector Pro will do the rest of the work for you. You then have information here per marketplace. So if you obviously change marketplace, it'll be different information based on what's going on that particular listing in that marketplace. So here you can see the buy box price, the low FBA price, how far away you are from the buy box, the current price of your item, and then based on this current price, if you were to sell for that, this would be how much profit you'd make and the ROI as well. So it will estimate it for you here. And if anything changes on the listing, it will then recalculate this for you. You can then enter in your break even, so where you're not selling for a profit nor a loss. And then you can also set your minimum price and maximum price. Now you may notice some little buttons next to it. So these work the same as these automate buttons here. So if you have set up any min and max automation rules in Profit Protector Pro, which is basically where you get the software to calculate all of this for you based on the rules that you have set, you can use any of these buttons for it to automatically calculate your min, max and break even. You can also set your strategy here, so any of the preset strategies, both the algorithmic and rule-based. And if you have any custom strategies you've made that you have toggled as active, this will be in the list as well, and you can select from those too. You can also apply an automation. So if you have set up an automation in Profit Protector Pro, again, just like the custom strategies, you need to mark it as active, then you can select it from the list here as well. You've got the option to add a note. So anything that you want to add to this item. And then at the very top, you have some different filter and sort options. So before we go ahead and look at that, the rest of the inventory is the same as I mentioned earlier. So all of the same information, all of the same things that you can enter in and toggle on or off. Once you have set your minimum and maximum prices and the strategy, this is essential for Profit Protector Pro to have in order for you to turn on repricing. Otherwise, it won't be able to reprice and you won't be able to turn on the repricing toggle without that information. So once you've filled in the min, max and strategy, you can then mark it on for repricing here, and Profit Protector Pro will get to work on the item straight away. So you have some different filter and sort options at the top. So the first thing is you can change the view of how you look at this page. So right now it's on list view, but we can click on this here and it will then change it to grid view. So it's a very simplified version of looking at this same page. And if you are selling anything in multiple marketplaces like we have here, it's set up like this. And you can amend the information this way. So that is just another way of looking at everything else if you preferred it that way. So let's switch it back now. If you do change any of the prices in Profit Protector Pro, like so, you need to make sure that you save those changes. So there is a Save All Price Changes button here. You may also get a pop-up in the bottom right of your screen asking you to save the changes as well. Just make sure as you go along you save those changes, or once you've done everything, come back up to the top and click on Save All Price Changes. You can set all strategies to default, so I'll show you this a little bit later on, but in your account settings you can choose a default strategy. So whichever strategy seems to work best for you, whichever one is your favorite, and you want to apply that to all of your items, then you can set that as your default and use this button here, and it will set the same strategy on every single item. You've got the filters here, so if you click on this, you can tick as many of these boxes as you want and it will filter out those results for you. So you might just want to select things that need a min and a max entering in. It might just be FBA items that need a min and a max. You can tick as many of these as you like. If you click on show strategies, you can filter by that as well. And for anything that you tick off, you can export that information into a CSV file in order to amend that and then upload into the bulk inventory section. If you wanted to make changes in bulk, you can select exactly what appears on that spreadsheet using that. So let's say it was need min and max. Let's apply that filter and it'll filter out all of those results for us. And obviously let's show you everything again. You then have the sort options here, so you can sort from A to Z, Z to A, sort by quantity, newest to oldest. There's lots of different options in there, and you can select how many ASINs appear on a single page. So right now we've got it on 50, but you can select 25, 10 or 5, whichever your preference is. Another thing that you can do in your inventory as well, if you want to make bulk changes, you can click on bulk select and then you have the option to either select items individually per marketplace, so you can select all of the marketplaces for that particular item, which will be that item selected overall, or you can select all, and this will either be everything that is selected on the page, or you can select all X amount of SKUs. So the number here, all X amount of SKUs, that will be everything in your inventory. Then you can select if you want to turn everything on or off for repricing, or delete them. So select the action, and then whichever one you have selected, then press the tick. It'll ask you if you're sure you want to apply that action, and then you say yes or no. So that is a way that you can amend things in your repricing page in bulk if you wish. And obviously we've only got a certain amount of items on this demonstration, but if you have a large inventory, obviously your inventory will go on for however many pages, so you can navigate the pages using the next and previous buttons here. And then let's go into the inventory. So this is a simplified way of looking at your inventory just to get the basic information. So you get the item image, title, SKU, ASIN and buy price. You can also see the stock levels per marketplace that you have the item in. You can also search for items if you wish. So let's search for Barbie, search there, and it pulls up all of the results this way as well. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the dashboard page. Now with any business, you'll understand that analytical data like this is super important to understand how well things are doing. So this is letting you know basically what's going on in your Profit Protector Pro account overall and how well you are doing. So to start with, it's letting you know what's happening in your Profit Protector Pro account. So how many of your items need a min and a max entering in, how many are at the buy box price, how many are at the lowest price on their respective listings, how many are at your minimum price, and how many are at your maximum price. Now you can see this same information represented in this circle chart here. So as you can see, it's color coded: green for need, min and max, red for at minimum price, and so forth. And you'll be able to see how that information has fluctuated on this chart here. So you can choose if you want to see at buy box, need, min and max, at lowest price, at min, at max. You've got all of those options there as well. And this would be a line chart to show you how that information has changed over the last 7 days. You can then check up on your sales to see how you're doing that way. So this will show you the total sum of sales in the last 7 days and how that information has fluctuated and how many orders you have had as well. You can change this information per marketplace as well. So all of the marketplaces that you sell in, that you've toggled on in Profit Protector Pro, will appear in here. So you can see that information per marketplace. You can view it this way, or you can view it in bar chart view. So this is like a weekly overview showing you the total sum of sales per marketplace. And then you have this information to your right. So first up, you have the PPP boost. So this is basically showing you how much Profit Protector Pro is helping your business. It's additional profit that Profit Protector Pro has generated by selling above the buy box price. So just to be clear, this is not how much profit you're making. This is how much extra profit you are making on top thanks to Profit Protector Pro. So you have this information for the last 30 days and then for all time, which is really reassuring if you're wondering how well Profit Protector Pro is helping you. You can see how many SKUs are turned on and actively repricing, and how many repricing actions have been made today by Profit Protector Pro. And then you can see the total amount made by sales today too. Let's go ahead and look at the activity page. So similar to the history that we have for every single item, this is an overall history for absolutely everything that is going on in your Profit Protector Pro account. So you'll be able to see the product, the marketplace, the event type, the time, the ASIN and SKU concerned, the calculation decision, and the requested price. So this is an overall history for everything, and obviously this is what's been going on today. This was what was going on the day before. So it's absolutely everything going on, so you can keep an eye on your account and get a bit more of an insight into what Profit Protector Pro is doing. You can also sort this by different options as well. So newest to oldest, oldest to newest, A to Z, Z to A, and filter by the actions as well. So right now it's on reprice calculations, and that's what it's showing me. Then let's go into the bulk inventory section. So this is one way that you can tweak the min, max, break even, cost, price strategies and more all in one easy place by downloading a CSV and amending that information or adding it in via a spreadsheet, which is really easy to do. You'll have everything in one place. You can just quickly whiz through and change everything you need to. So there are different videos here to show you how exactly to do this, depending on what operating software you're using and what spreadsheet software you're using too. So Windows with Excel, Mac with Numbers, and using Google Sheets. You've got different options here, so you can download a full inventory CSV spreadsheet. You can download just what's in stock. Similar to what we had on the repricing page, you can get an inventory CSV by filters, so you can choose exactly what you want to show on that spreadsheet. You can filter by the strategies as well if you wish, and then you can export exactly what you want into that spreadsheet. You can also download a blank template CSV. So this gives you the exact format that you would have in the other spreadsheets, except everything is blank. So it gives you all of the correct columns in the correct places. And this is a little bit like using the Chrome extension, just you can do it in bulk. So you can add in all of the information about items that you want to go into Profit Protector Pro, so you can get all of the repricing information set up in advance. Once you've added everything in, you can upload that CSV spreadsheet, and then Profit Protector Pro will apply those changes and obviously get everything set up in advance, and then it will sync with Amazon and everything will be ready for you. You then have these key tables here, which are important to pay attention to before you go ahead and look at your spreadsheets. So here it tells you what each country is represented by in the spreadsheet. So for example, if you saw DE, it would be for Germany, NL for Netherlands, and so forth. But the more important one is looking at this strategy. So if you want to add a strategy to your items in the spreadsheet, you need to add the correct number for the relevant strategy. So for example, in the spreadsheet, you'd enter in number 20 for the super aggressive dominator, number 1 for match buy box, and so forth. You have the SNL and EFN pan toggles here. So if you want to apply any of these, depending if they do apply to the item, Leave it as 0 if you want to keep that toggle off, or enter in 1 if you want to turn those toggles on. So just a quick demonstration of this. Let's download the full inventory CSV and open that up. So this is what the spreadsheet will look like. Now, if you haven't already heard or seen this in the bulk inventory videos, just very quickly, you can't amend anything in the SKU, ASIN, marketplace, or title field. This won't make any difference to anything, and in fact might cause errors for when you go to upload the spreadsheet to Profit Protector Pro. What you can change, however, is anything else: the minimum price, maximum price, buy price, break even, the strategy, as I said. So you'll look at that key table and enter in, say, 20 for the super aggressive dominator. For the custom strategy, you need to enter in the exact same name that you have set up for that custom strategy. In automation, it's exactly the same here, so you need to enter in that exact automation name. If you're applying a small and light or EFN/pan toggle, you need to enter in 1 to turn it on, or leave it at 0 to keep it off. And if you are working with a different VAT percentage for whatever reason, you can enter that in there. But once you've done that, you then need to make sure that you keep your sheet as a CSV file. So let's go ahead and do that. And then when you're happy with everything in that sheet and you want to add it to Profit Protector Pro, come back, upload inventory CSV, fill that in and upload. You'll see there it says success, your CSV has been uploaded. It may take a short while to process. Please check back here soon for a progress update. So that's a really easy way to amend lots of things in your inventory via a spreadsheet really easily. This is the custom strategies page. So if you do want to go ahead and set up a custom strategy, this is talked about in detail in the strategies video. So I'd definitely advise that you check that out. But basically you can choose how exactly your strategy is set up. You can choose who you are competing with, what conditions you're competing with as well. And you can choose exactly what Profit Protector Pro does repricing wise, as it runs you through a series of questions that you can answer to dictate how exactly it will perform. Once you've set up a custom strategy, you can toggle it as on and it will appear in the strategies list for any of your items. And then we have automation. So this is kind of like having a backup plan, if you like. So you can apply these to any of your items, the same with the strategies. And it's basically for if a certain scenario happened on that listing, Profit Protector Pro would react and it will perform the action that you've set up for you. So you don't have to remember to check back up on any of your items. You can set up an automation and Profit Protector Pro will make the changes for you, so that way you don't have to go back in and remember to do that yourself. So it helps you be a lot more hands-free with your repricing. So let's take a look at this. If we click on new automation, let's select the flow view. So give your automation a name. And then you can work through a series of conditions. You can add as many as you like. You can make the automation as simple or as complex as you wish. So let's select from the list of conditions. So let's see. When seller numbers increase to, when seller numbers decrease to, when stock falls below, when no sales have occurred for. So if no sales have occurred on the listing for 3 days, let's say we're on the balance strategy before. So no sales have occurred. Let's ramp it up a little bit. So let's then switch the strategy to the aggressive sales generator. So let's get a bit more competitive. Then let's say if seller numbers on the listing decrease to, let's say they were 10, let's say it decreases to 3. Maybe we can then match the buy box price perhaps, or we can switch strategy again and go back to balanced. It's completely up to you what you want to do with your automation, and you can set it up in whatever way that you like. But this is roughly how it works. So you work through a series of conditions, you select the event, and then you select how Profit Protector Pro should react. Once you've made your automation, click on save and it will save that there. So you can see this is the one that we've just made. When it's marked as on, this means you can then apply it to any of your items from the drop-down list in the repricing page. Now let's go ahead and take a look at some of the account settings. So here you can amend your first name, last name and email if you wish. In the Profit Protector Pro settings, here you'll have your secret key that you can enter into BuyBot Pro in order to activate the integration between both softwares. Here you can also toggle on the marketplaces that you are selling in, and you can change the preference order. So let's say your primary marketplace is France. You might want to see that first, so you can move that up and that'll be the first one that appears for your items in the inventory. Here is where you can select your default repricing strategy. Here is where you can select your default marketplace. The BuyBot Pro Analyze settings. So when you go ahead and click on Analyze with BuyBot Pro, the price that fills into the calculator to be automatically analyzed, you can choose whether that is the current price of your item or the buy box price. It's completely up to you, whichever your preference is. And if you predominantly did retail, you can switch this toggle to retail and all of your items will be marked that way, making it a lot easier for you. Or if you predominantly did wholesale and you want your items to have that set when they come into your Profit Protector Pro inventory, you can toggle it that way, whatever your preference is. For the merchant fulfilled shipping, you can use either a migrated shipping plan or use free shipping. So this will go into how Profit Protector Pro reprices your FBM items. This is mentioned in detail again on the strategies video. So this is important when looking at the MF strategies. You can select your preference on European marketplace depending on what you do. So EFN EU, EFN UK and PAN. So select whichever one is relevant to you. Then you have the wonderful feature that is sleep mode. So basically sleep mode is timings that you would set in Profit Protector Pro when you may actually be asleep, or just times when you have slow sales. Now the aim of sleep mode is to push your items up to max price. The theory being if anyone else has a repricer on the listing, it might convince them to move their prices up as well. So that way when your day starts again and you come out of sleep mode, hopefully the overall general price on that listing has gone up, meaning that when Profit Protector Pro then helps you get the buy box, it starts off at a higher point. So hopefully that is the case if you do use sleep mode. So you can toggle that as on. Reset to max price during sleep. So if it's off, Profit Protector Pro will just leave everything as it is during sleep mode. Or if you turn it on, it will move your items to max price. If you want to include the buy box winners, so anything that has won the buy box, you can leave that as off if you want them to remain as they are. Or you can turn it on if you want those items that do have the buy box to move up to your max price. It's completely up to you how you want to set this. And then you enter in your times for when you want Profit Protector Pro to begin sleep mode and when you want it to come out of sleep mode. Now on the back of this, when you come up here and go to Amazon account, so this is where you link up your Profit Protector Pro account through to your Amazon Seller Central, you will be able to select your sleep mode time zone here for the UK and EU, and for the US you have different options in here as well. So this is what's going to be taken into account if you do set up sleep mode. Here is where you'll set up your min and max automation rules if you did want to use that to get Profit Protector Pro calculating your min and max prices based on the rules that you set here. And you also have the subscription tab here where you can check out any of the other Profit Protector Pro plans if you wish to either upgrade or downgrade. So on the back of everything that we have talked about, I just wanted to take this time to both mention the Chrome extension, which is something you can download from the Chrome Web Store. There will be another training video on this, but basically you can set up repricing in advance on whatever Amazon page you are looking at via the Chrome extension. There's the BuyBot Pro and Profit Protector Pro integration as well, so be sure to check out that training video. And also check out the Profit Protector Pro mobile app, so you can reprice your items on the go from wherever you are. You can set up min and max prices while you're waiting in a queue, whilst you're on the beach, wherever you are, you can keep an eye on what Profit Protector Pro is doing via the app, which is available on iOS and Android. If you do get stuck with anything in Profit Protector Pro, you can visit the help page here where you can check out frequently asked questions, view all of the training videos like the one you're watching now, and here is where you can get an explanation for all of the strategies within Profit Protector Pro and see how exactly each one works. If you do need any further help, don't forget you can reach out to the support team at info@profitprotectorpro.com. Thank you for watching. Here's to Profit Protector Pro boosting your sales and your profit, and I'll catch you in the next training video.